Oh. Engineer and an empty atlas. Well. Let's try and kill him good. I think we got him. And there's an empty atlas here, which we are actually able to use. There, I got my metagel back. This is the only place in the game where you can use an atlas without hijacking it first, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, another data pad. High priority target, student ID 262B Rodriguez. Capture priority alpha, bring back alive at all costs. Vital retrieval subject with a very high aptitude scores. Despite limited biotic ability, considered prime candidate for indoctrination and enhancement under the Phantom Initiative. Ooh, I wonder what that is. Maybe we'll find out later. So, I don't know what awaits us in the next room, but using an atlas is always welcome. Strange that you still get the broken glass graphics, despite the fact that we did not actually break the canopy of this atlas. Well, this should make things easier. I see Jack and the students are already up there. So let's have some fun with this atlas. And of course it is in better health than... that's the effect you get when the particle rifle kills something. We have more armor now than we did last time.
Head over 2x2. Franklin, Rodriguez, stay close.
Okay, good. They're leaving. Let's see. The annoying thing is you can't use radar. You're that close, I can't shoot you. But I could melee you, probably. I'm a bit late for that now. It's annoying you can't use the radar while in... Are there more incoming? Looks like it. Take out the generator. Ha! Grenades. I am not worried about that. Dude, I haven't even made a dent in my armor yet. Still at full strength. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay, well this makes easy work of them. Oh, more incoming on the other side. Jack and the students still helping as well.
The shuttles are almost ready.
Uh-oh. We have competition, it seems. What the hell? Javic? I'm not entirely sure if I can even do that. Well,
Okay, we're clear. Move your ass before backup arrives.
looks like we got everyone. Because otherwise, Javic wouldn't have revived. Think they're getting out of there? Yep.
Hurry, Commander. The Normandy has pulled the cruiser out of position. We need to leave now.
Good. Unfortunately, we need to leave the Atlas behind. We can't take it with us on the Normandy. And if I'm not mistaken, there's an upgrade hidden here somewhere. Yes. SMG magazine upgrade. Which, of course, I want. Well, a statue. John Grissom, founder. Okay, so this is the legendary John Grissom. Actually, Kaylee Sanders' father. As was revealed in the novels. Alright, time to get out of here. Apparently not through there. Ah, okay, that door. Forgot which way to go. That makes sense actually, because the shuttles are there.
Kaylee, how's it coming?
Shuttles are unlocked.
Take the controls and get the students aboard.
Wait, where the hell's Rodriguez?
She needs covering fire.
She needs more than that.
Joker, we flew out on a Cerberus shuttle. Watch your fire.
Right, I've got you on sensors. Should just be a minute.
Thank you, Commander. We'd have never gotten off that station if you hadn't come.
Forget that. We kicked some ass. Next place we dock, you're all getting inked. My treat. What do you guys want? Ascension Project logo? Glowing fist? Maybe a unicorn for Rodriguez? Screw you, ma'am.
I can't believe we got them out alive. I was going to suggest that they stick to support roles. But perhaps they're ready after all.
I don't know. Think support is probably the better option. I mean, they handled themselves well here, but frontline battle is not quite the same.
They're definitely ready. But the Alliance needs them in a support role.
What? We trained for artillery strikes.
We don't need another artillery unit. We need stronger barriers for our frontline squads.
This is bullshit! Hey, if that's where they need us, that's where we go. Besides, I'm sure we'll get some shots in.
Commander, we've got a visual on you now. Preparing to dock. Hey, Jack, now that you're military, you gonna wear a uniform, or are you just getting the officer's bars tattooed on?
Screw you, Flight Lieutenant.
What the hell was that?
Jack promised to watch your language in order to maintain the necessary professionalism we need from our teachers.
What, does she have a swear jar or something? Because I bet if we empty that thing, we can afford another cruiser.
Cover your ears, kids. Hey, Joker.
Shepard, damned if you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Good to see you too, sir.
Sir, I may have reinstated you, but that doesn't give you permission to go all formal on me.
Then I'm glad you managed to keep your ass alive, Anderson.
That's more like it. Looks like you didn't waste any time getting to work. I can only imagine what would have happened to those kids if they'd fallen into Cerberus' hands.
They're definitely eager to help.
These students are some of the best humanity has to offer, and we're throwing them into battle. God damn it, I hate this war. Hackett didn't mention in his report...
Kaylee Sanders is safe. She's with the recruits.
Thanks, Shepard. When I heard about the attack, well, I've already lost a lot of friends.
She asked me to tell you to stay alive.
Did she now? Well, thanks, Shepard. That might be the first good news I've heard this week. Anderson out.
Okay. Well, that's worked out. pretty well, I would say. And this mission has a couple of interesting differences in the way it can turn out. Obviously, if you did not do Project Overlord or let David stay with the project, he doesn't show up here, which misses you out in some nice dialogue, of course, and also means you cannot get into the security room, so you miss some upgrades. Although that's not that much of a problem, I suppose. If Jack was not one of the survivors of the suicide mission, then there's some other instructor that takes her place here, which also means that Rodriguez at the end will die. And of course it makes the mission a lot less interesting, because you don't get to see Jack. Perhaps the most interesting thing is that this is a timed mission. You have to do it either before a certain other mission or within 3 missions after hearing about it. If you wait any longer, you will no longer be able to do the mission, and it is considered failed, which has a couple of other consequences, which I will point out later. Much later. For now, let's see what we got in terms of new war assets. It seems my multiplayer assets have decided to stick around this time. My readiness is going down because I'm recording instead of playing the multiplayer. Oh, it'll go back up again later when I play some more multiplayer, like for recordings for the multiplayer videos, for example. We found the 103rd Marine Division. The old saying, every Marine is a rifleman, still holds true in the Alliance. Didn't we already read that? Yeah, we just got an update here. That's kind of annoying. You can't always tell if it's new or an update. Updated. Biotic students from the Grom Academy have joined the 103rd Marine Division as a support unit. The students focus their biotics into barriers that shield the Marines and help control the flow on the battlefield. I think you might get slightly higher war assets if you decide to put them in a frontline role, but who knows what other consequences that choice is going to have. We also got Kaylee Sanders. First Lieutenant Kaylee Sanders joined Grom Academy's board of directors after she gave up her military career. When the Cerberus raid on the Academy was thwarted by Commander Shepard, Sanders joined with Alliance engineers working to recreate the Prothean device found on Mars. Her past work as a systems technician, specifically studying synthetic intelligence, has helped decode some of the complex feedback systems that control the weapon's energy output. Updated. Some of Grom Academy's more technically minded students were saved from Cerberus by Commander Shepard. They've met up with Sanders, contributing their brainpower to some of the problems she's been tackling. Updated. David Archer is another refugee from Grom Academy working on the device. Despite his youth, Archer's theories on interstellar cross-modulation have won him respect with the project's scientist. Good. Hopefully he'll be able to help there. Jack became a war asset. Jack, formerly known as Subject Zero, may be the most talented biotic of her time. After helping Shepard destroy the Collectors, she was offered a teaching position at Grom Academy by the Alliance. Accepting the position for reasons of her own, Jack continued to hone her skills while training her students. Grom Board of Directors members Kaylee Sanders has vouched for Jack's energetic, if unorthodox, teaching style, impressed with the inroads made with children under the rogue biotic's care. And we found on a planet a while back Alliance Spec Ops Team Delta. Half of Team Delta's officers have an N5 designation, with a few N6 soldiers in the ranks. They specialize in conflicts outside Citadel space. Delta is known for strict admission standards, professionalism on high-stakes missions, and the Alliance's loudest parties. When asked how senior staff looks at their off-duty rowdiness, Captain Matthew Brown was quoted saying, "After the shit we went through in the Terminus systems, they're just happy we're not burning down the base." I guess that's one way to look at it. We also found the Alliance cruiser Shanghai. The Shanghai's most important part in the Reaper War to date was the evacuation of the colony Akbar. Alliance intel reported Reaper forces headed toward Akbar, but as a cruiser, the Shanghai was unable to land on the medium-gravity world. The Shanghai's captain quickly dispatched all its shuttles to help transport hundreds of colonists onto the ship. Making over 41 shuttle runs in a single hour, the Shanghai managed to evacuate the entire remaining population. When Reaper forces arrived, Akbar's capital city was as empty as if it had never been inhabited at all. Good for them. Alliance Naval Exploration Flotilla. In peacetime, the Alliance's Naval Exploration Flotilla is used as a survey force to chart out new systems. The NEF came under fire in 2185, when several dozen service people were charged with withholding information on rich mining deposits in order to sell the locations to the exploration firm Baria Frontiers. The Alliance attempted to hide the controversy to little avail, as more and more officers were indicted. Eager to bury its shady history, the NEF has dedicated its entire flotilla and material resources to constructing the Crucible. And we got some new stuff under Crucible, Prothean data files that we found on that one gas giant. These Prothean disks were found years ago on Eden Prime, recovered a few months before the discovery of the Prothean beacon in 2183. For years, the data on the disk was incomprehensible, until the Crucible's blueprints provided the key to understanding the equations. Locked inside the disks were theories on dark matter, meant to be used with the Crucible's main power source. Okay, that sounds like it'll help. Well, our chances of success have upgraded from very poor to poor. So I guess that's some progress. And Victus is still here. Back from his bathroom break the previous time.
Yes, Commander?
I don't think he has anything new to talk about. No.
That's all.
Of course, Commander.
Alright, let's do a round of the ship. I'm sure some people on board the ship will be able to comment on Jack.
I hope we find every race that sat back while we fled and get some payback.
Yeah, that's a great plan. Follow war with more war.
I agree with you.
Commander, you've got a new message at your private terminal.
I just got word. Everyone from Grom Academy has
We
arrived
wouldn't have
safely.
known about them if you hadn't caught the distress signal. Nice work.
Thanks, Commander.
More missing voice files for Trainer, it seems.
Commander?
And yes, it was quite a good work from her that she found out about this, so we could help everyone. And get to see Jack again. Let's see, we got some messages. Forward thank you from Stephen Hackett. Forwarded message from Kaylee Sanders. Subject thank you to Stephen Hackett. Hi Commander, I didn't have time to thank you properly after you got us out of the Academy, and Admiral Hackett agreed to send this your way. While my students are out on duty, I'm doing what I can to help with the Crucible. It's an amazing project, more advanced than anything I've ever seen before. Some of my more tech-minded kids are staying back to help out too, and watching them work, it's the future, Commander. This project will inform human progress for generations. And they'll have you to thank for it. All my best, Kaylee Sanders. This is all assuming we actually win the war. Because there won't be any future generations otherwise.
So Jack's an instructor? I guess anyone who messes with biotic kids gets turned into a small stain on the floor and ceiling. Ooh, and that was Cerberus attacking the Academy. Man, that must have been like Christmas for her. Anyway, nice job on getting them out of there.
They were throwing out some impressive biotic power.
Good. We could use some heavy hitters in the biotics department. It'll be good for them, too. Biotics face a lot of discrimination. Maybe if they save the galaxy, people will get over their issues.
I didn't expect you to be sensitive about that.
Hey, I'm just tired of them stealing the spotlight from people with actual disabilities. I break ribs if I sneeze too hard. Being able to move crap with your mind is not a handicap.
I suppose there's some truth to that.
Commander?
It is good to know that Jack has thus far survived the Reaper invasion. I have amusing memories of her attempts to insert additions into my reports to the Elusive Man. Most of them centered around inappropriate uses of the word cockpit.
That sounds a bit childish, even for Jack.
Hello, Shepard.
Well, I guess she needed to amuse herself some way down in that basement of hers. In engineering. And everybody is in their regular spots.
The private messages terminal has new correspondence.
Okay. I can see the green light, you don't have to tell me that.
It was odd to see an entire academy just for biotic children.
Don't Asari have biotic schools?
Every Asari school includes biotic training programs. It's basic education. Still, those children in the academy were very impressive. I'm sure Jack's proud. Good to see you again, Shepard.
Okay, Prothean Notes 2186, Entry 2. Another follow-up to the Prothean Notes series. I'm not sure what to make of Javic. I approached him while we were traveling to a different system, but he wasn't very inclined to talk. What little he does say concerns the Reapers and our possible failure. Is he simply a soldier mourning his people, or is it a fundamental difference in our cultures? I don't know. And it looks like we're going to invade the privacy of several people again. Call from Kaylee Sanders to Jack. Jack. Hey Sanders, checking on the kids? How are they, Jack? They'll do good. It's gonna be long. I kinda got crap to do. I wanted to tell you, I persuaded some Alliance friends to part with that biotic amp you and the children were testing at Grissom. You can pick it up on the Citadel. Damn, one of the L3X1s? You know how much shit I could tear out with one of those installed? I had an idea. Look after yourself. Yeah. And hey, thanks. And an email from Kaylee Sanders to David Anderson. David, you won't get this for a while, unless you find an extranet connection working on Earth. I've made it out to this weapon we're building. The device isn't even halfway complete, and it's the most breathtakingly complicated piece of technology I've ever seen. I wish you could see this thing we're creating. It gives me hope. Take care, for my sake. I guess maybe we could pass on the message next time we talk to Anderson on the QEC. Because the odds of him finding an extranet terminal are indeed quite low.
One of the worst parts of this war is watching the kids react. If they're lucky, they grow up thinking the galaxy is basically a decent place. Some rough spots here and there, but for the most part, life makes sense. Now they find out it was all a lie. They wake up to see these things in the dark that just want to destroy everyone they ever cared about. If they survive, there'll be a lot of angry orphans out there looking for answers. Looks like we beat Cerberus again. Do you think the elusive man fires lieutenants over failures like this, or just lines them up against the wall and gets it over with? I wish they had had a Grom Academy for Turians when I was growing up. Always wanted to learn how to paint. Now I mostly paint walls with Reaper blood. Not the same, but it's a living.
Garrus? A painter? I can't imagine that.
Later.
Let's see if Chuck has anything to say. I doubt it, but let's check anyway.
Hello, Commander.
And the answer is no. Let's see if Diana Allers has any insights on the situation.
Breaking now. A city of 4 million blasted from orbit. Adelaide, Australia is no more. New footage from Earth reveals the Reapers' plans to attack large industrial centers. Which cities are next? Find out inside the battle space.
I don't know if I have any viewers in Adelaide, but if so, I'm sorry.
Commander.
No comments on the Grissom situation?
Commander.
Yeah, I thought so. Javic is in the subdeck stairwell. Not in his room. I think that happens after you go to Grom Academy, because let's not forget, this is Jack's old room, if you can call it that.
Commander, I was exploring your ship.
Find anything interesting?
This space has absorbed much anger. The biotic instructor from the Academy.
Right. These were Jack's quarters.
Traces of her pain are still present. I'm told she sought revenge against Cerberus when she was here. A goal you helped fulfill. I hope you will do the same for me. At least I have better quarters.
Well, Jack was here on her, by her own choice, so...
During our fight against the Reapers, we had no time for teaching the young anything but war.
Yeah, you seem to know an awful lot about different species of our cycle. I guess maybe he was taught that because he was being prepared to be cryogenically frozen, or put in stasis, or whatever.
Only the foolish mourn the loss of innocence. It is inevitable. The galaxy has never rewarded the naive.
You have such a sunny outlook, don't you?
Commander. Commander.
Yep.
Everything okay with the shuttle?
Just double checking the inertia dampener coils. Can be twitchy in these UT-47s. But don't worry, this bird's been rock solid.
I always see you down here working your ass off. Ever take any downtime?
I get my sleep, Commander. Flying tired is nearly worse than flying drunk.
What about your waking hours? Any R&R?
I need to keep myself busy. Otherwise, well, too much time to think.
I appreciate your dedication, but I don't want to see you burn out.
I know my limits. I wouldn't take a chance with your life.
So before this war, you must have done something to relax.
Sure. I remember back when the Hawking was based out of Arcturus and I was just a fighter jock. There was this observation deck overlooking the main flight paths. You could watch every ship taxi in and out. When I was alone, I'd turn off the auditory emulators and just watch them drift by in silence.
You know, the reviews like that on the Citadel. Next time we're there, you should take some shore leave. Clear your head.
I don't know. Maybe.
Take some time off on the Citadel, Steve. As a favor to me.
I find it very hard to say no to you, Shepard.
As it should be.
I'm your commanding officer, after all.
Commander, I feel terrible about leaving you on Grom Academy like that.
I did order you to leave.
Yeah, doesn't make me feel any better. I'm just glad it all worked out. Shuttle's primed for the next drop.
You're gonna sprain your neck if you keep doing that. Let's check in with Vega.
That Jack is a mean SOB, but kind of hot. If you like that sort of thing.
And I get the impression that you do, don't you?
So, Anderson and Sanders. That's quite a couple. Huh. My dad's last name is Sanders. No relation.
Did you take your mother's name, or how does that work?
Ready when you are.
And we got some new armor stuff as well. Let's check if there's anything of interest among it. We got this, which increases power damage. I prefer the shield regeneration. For shoulders, we have Armax Arsenal, weapon damage and headshot damage. No. Melee damage, you know I don't want those. And the other thing we found was a visor this one, the mnemonic visor, which gives power damage and power recharge, but it looks stupid, so we'll stick with what we had. Alright, at this point the only mission we have left to do is Priority Surkesh, which is Victus's War Summit. But before we do that, I want to pay another visit to the Citadel, because we have several things to do there, including meeting Thane and Miranda. Kind of interested to see how they're doing. So that's where we'll be heading next.